History is rife with remakes that weren't exactly well received. From Ted Turner's colorful take on black and white classics to Nicolas Cage and his glorious mullet's appearance in Bangkok Dangerous, playing on people's nostalgia can be a one-way ticket to fan angst. Once in a while though, some folks manage to crank out a worthy remake. Today I take a look at 3 video games that get the job done. First up is The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds for the Nintendo 3DS. At first glance, the game looks like a souped-up remake of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for the Super NES. In fact, it even shares the same overworld map as the beloved classic. Closer inspection, however, reveals that this game is an entirely new beast. Set long after its 16-bit predecessor, A Link Between Worlds features new incarnations of Link and Zelda as well as a new story and dungeons. It also features a new ability for Link to turn in a painting in order to access various areas as well as a different dimension. Other additions include a rental system for key items, animation at a smooth 60 frames per second, and a fully 3D presentation. For all its new features, however, the game retains the same classic top-down gameplay that old-school Zelda fans know and love. Add an interesting story about parallel worlds, and you have another excellent addition to the Zelda series. Not only is it one of the best games in the last year, it's easily one of the best games ever made. Up next is The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD for the Wii U. Unlike A Link Between Worlds, the Wind Waker HD game is more of a straight-up remake of its GameCube original. Don't let the HD moniker and the title fool you though. Although many game developers are satisfied with simply upscaling their classic games and slapping an HD on the title, Nintendo went above and beyond the Call of Duty, no pun intended. This game includes greatly improved textures, more vibrant colors, bloom lighting, and redrawn assets that make the bump to the higher 1080p resolution look natural instead of forced. Wind Waker HD also adds some welcome gameplay changes. At the top of the list is the fast sail that you can get via auction, making one's tedious journeys across the seas more akin to smooth sailing. Pun so totally intended this time. Then there's my niece's favorite addition, the improved Picto Box. This little paparazzi tool can now take more photos, including wacky self-portraits that you can send to other players via a Tingle Bottle. Yes, there's an item called a Tingle Bottle, believe it or not. The good news is that the gameplay itself aged quite well, though it still feels a tad easy for a Zelda game. Overall though, solid exploration and story make Wind Waker HD a great game for Zelda vets and newcomers alike. Lastly, we've got Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. Back in 2011, I named the original version of this adventure shooter one of my top 5 games of the year. Chalk it up to diverse gameplay that allowed you to attack situations with guns blazing like a cyborg Rambo, or be a very sneaky, like John Turturro in another remake, Adam Sandler's Mr. Deeds. As a super sneaky chap who once rigged the doors of my grandpa's house with pull-string fireworks and made a hasty tactical retreat when they got triggered by the wrong target, my grandpa, I opted for no-kill stealth for my first playthrough. Unfortunately, investing my praxis points primarily on stealth abilities put me at a disadvantage against bosses that required more direct confrontation. It was one of the few blemishes in an otherwise balanced game. The Director's Cut thankfully rectifies that oversight thanks to new boss fight mechanics that also give you the option to stealth or hack your way to victory without having to empty your clip like a 12-year-old playing a first-person shooter online. Hooray for choices! The Wii U version is especially great thanks to excellent implementation of the Wii U tablet controls. This helps streamline various control functions such as augments, inventory, radar, hacking, map access, and other in-game options. The Director's Cut also seamlessly integrates the Missing Link DLC into the main story, providing about 5 or so hours of additional gameplay. You even get an informative developer commentary, a making-of video, and what Will Ferrell would call a full in-game strategery guide. Sadly, it doesn't have any dancers cavorting around a Dodge Durango. Get out of here, you bunch of dirty dancers.